the basic knowledge about all those structure and the constants, variables, keyword, instructions, let's put our first C program. Basically, I'll call it as my, and you can call it as your first C program. In this learning process, we'll start with a simple arithmetic task. Let that arithmetic task be, say, addition of two numbers. If I ask you to describe the algorithm for this, I'll write the algorithm at one end and translate this algorithm to a program. As usual, our algorithm says you are supposed to do a start at the beginning. Then we are supposed to read A and B, the two numbers. Find the sum. Find sum. Fourth step, display sum. Fifth step, I'll say end this particular task or say stop. End a stop. Now, let's try and translate this algorithm to a C program as per the structure we described. We described the structure as a combination of header block and action block. A header block will have, say, first a include instruction which says stdio.h or mat.h. Why do I do that? Let's first avoid writing this header block instruction and start with main. Let's put the action for our C program. Let me put this action, void main. Now, if I summarize this algorithm as input, process and output. In the input part, we know that we are going to have variables which are going to be read, that is A and B. Process will have some result, that is C, and the output will have some variable by name C. So, in this entire process, I had used how many variables? I had used three variables, A, B and C. A being the input variable, B being the input variable and C being the process and output variable. If I am going to use these variables, I should associate a type. Let's associate a type as int for our convenience. So, let's declare these instructions as int space A, comma B, comma C. That is our first instruction, that is declaration instruction. Now, this declaration instruction will not have any role in this particular algorithm. So, a declaration instruction is purely with respect to language, nowhere related to the algorithm. When I say int A, comma B, comma C, it means that I have declared variables of type integer and the quantity is 3 and I place a semicolon, which means the first instruction of our C language. Then, let's translate the instruction read A and B to this. How do I read values? So, you got it right. We are going to use a scanf instruction to read values. How many values did I speak? I spoke 2 values. So, 2 values of type integer. So, I should say %d, double quotes complete, comma. I have 2 values to be read into the input variables of A, B, C. I have input variables as A and B, associate ampersand of A, ampersand of B and a semicolon. So, I have written the second step of my algorithm in this. Wait, when I say scanf, don't you feel that this is going to refer to some standard input device, that is keyboard? Yes, it refers. Where do I have programs put into keyboard? Have I written any programs about keyboard in my task? No. All this is predefined. So, these predefined instructions are stored in a header file called as stdio.h. So, I'll include that particular stdio.h. So, whenever you want to make a virtual link about your program with the stdio.h file, in that case, what I can do is, I can say hash include. Now, this is a predefined file, hence use less than and say stdio.h. Now, this is neither a declaration instruction, nor a arithmetic, nor a data input output, nor a control instruction. Hence, don't place a semicolon. Hash says virtual establishment of link. Include says transfer the contents from a file called as stdio.h. Wherever we use a scanf, it will automatically go in that particular place. Then, find the sum. Let's write an instruction C equals to A plus B. Display sum. The sum is stored into which variable? C. So display, I have to use printf, double quotes, complete, comma. In this double quotes, I'm supposed to specify the type of C. What is the type of C? Yes, integer. For integer, the format specifier is %d, double quotes complete, comma, I'll say C, and I'll say semicolon. And then I'll end this particular task. So, a very first simple C program written, but this program is yet to be modified. This has to be polished. What exactly will be the polishment which we'll be doing in this particular part? How exactly we're going to refurnish this particular entire code? Let's work with this particular program and try to trace what exactly will be the drawback of this particular code. As usual, first header block will never be executed by the compiler, but whenever it needs, it will go to that particular place and serve the instruction. Int a, b, c. Here, 3 variables will get memory of type integer. So each of one will get 2 bytes. Scanf will make you to read 2 values. You'll go to the output screen, enter 2 values, C equals to A plus B. Printf will again display the value of C. But this program, when you run, when you type on the system, you will find that there is a lot of interactiveness which is needed. Let's republish this particular paper one more time and say how this particular program can be modified. Now, let's start with the first instruction, that is hash include str.h. Then we'll have void main, curly brackets. Let's put the declaration as int a, b, c. Now, if I say scanf, directly the control will land on an output screen just blinking on there. The user to whom you are addressing will never get to know what exactly the program has to enter. He might enter randomly some value. He might enter random numbers. If you are a user, you are a programmer, you know what is the input which is required for a task. But not always. When you develop a program, you are not developing a program for yourself, you are developing a program for someone else. That someone else is your user. If that user needs to have an interaction, I had to display some messages. Now, I'll say first a printf instruction which says enter 2 numbers. Now in the previous case, when I wrote scanf, the control will directly go to the output screen, wait over there and do the operation of entry. You have to make an entry of the input. But in this case, before I enter the inputs, what it will do is, it will first display a message. It will display a message, enter 2 numbers. But never make a mistake of presuming that printf will take the control to the output screen and wait over there. No. When I say printf, it will just go to the output screen, display that particular message and come back. The one which will take you to the output screen and wait is actually scanf. So let's put a scanf at this place. I'll say scanf %d, comma, ampersand of A, ampersand of B. So here I'm going to read 2 values of this. Now, if I compare this with the previous example, I'll have scanf %d, comma, ampersand of A, ampersand of B. This is the one which is actually responsible for reading the inputs. But when I say printf enter 2 numbers, this will just make an interactiveness with the program. When you say interactiveness, it means that on output screen, you will display a message, enter 2 numbers, and then next to that message, you will enter 2 numbers. What advantage do I get by this? The user will not be able to make a wrong entry. The user will always make a proper entry for the inputs. So the instruction which is responsible reading is actually what? Scanf, not printf. So we have been saying that scanf will actually read values. Printf will just make the programmer aware that what type of inputs he has to enter. So a printf, remember, will go to the output screen, display message and then come back. Whereas scanf, go to the output screen, wait over there till you make an entry in the input and then come back after reading the inputs. After that, let's say C equals to A plus B, an arithmetic instruction. Then display the value. In the last case, I said printf percentage %d comma c. There will be some number which will be flashed on the output screen, say 12. If 12 is flashed on the screen, how do I get to know that this is actually representing sum of two numbers? If you are a programmer and you are a user, you will very much be aware that the result which is displayed represents sum of two numbers. But in this case, we will say that the sum of two numbers had to be modified, had to be displayed with some message. Otherwise, I might think that this is your lucky number or this is my lucky number which is displayed on the screen, which is not true. So let's display this with a proper message. I'll say printf, double quotes. Let's say this, sum equals to. Now, before displaying the value, what it does is it will display this particular message, sum equals to, followed by percentage %d comma c and a semicolon. And then we'll end up this particular instruction. Now, whenever we use printf or scanf, it will always go to std.h. Whenever we use int a, b, c or these instructions, it will go for the declaration. So program is nothing but purely a collection of instructions. Let's count these instructions. How many instructions I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My program is a collection of 5 instructions, of which the first one is a declaration instruction. The second one is a data output instruction. The third one is a data input instruction. The fourth one is an arithmetic instruction. And the last one is a data output instruction. Whenever you do all these operations, as per your operating system, you might change the process of, say, storing the input, storing the output. If you are executing these programs under Turbo C++ with Windows as the environment, then probably we might add up some more instructions to this, because there the input and output screens are separate and they will be flipping between one another, so you are supposed to switch between the input and the output screen. There we are going to use commands like Alt F9, Control F9, Alt F5 to see the outputs. Alt F9 is to compile, Control F9 is to execute, and Alt F5 is to switch the screens from program to output and output to programs. You can switch the screens. If you are executing this under Linux environment with GCC compiler, in that case what you will do is you will type entire program into any of those Linux editors. Then you are supposed to come back to the shell prompt, $prompt. There you are supposed to first compile the program by saying gcc space filename.c. So once you are through with this particular filename.c saving part, and then you can run the program. You can say ./a.out. That is how we run it in Linux. If you are most of us will try these programs with Windows as OS and Turbo C++ compiler. There we'll first type the entire program into editor, save this particular program. By default, the program name is noname.c. You can give a name to this particular part. Always make it a habit before you start executing the programs, before you compile the programs, you are supposed to save the programs. The default name is noname.c. When you type this, suppose if I wish to store this program, I'll give a name as sum.c. So you'll say sum.c. After that, you will type the entire code. Keep on saving in the intermediate terms or at the end. Once you save the entire file, you are supposed to wind up with this particular code and then compile and then run the program and observe the output. With that, you'll find the interactiveness. So the reading is basically done using scanf, not using printf. Printf are just to increase the interactiveness. Thank you.